What's going on YouTube? I've been meaning to do a video on the best deadlifting shoe for a long time now, but I haven't really gotten around to doing it. So this video is long overdue, but I will be comparing the Chucks, the Asics MatFlex 3s, and the Sabos deadlifting shoes. I actually got an email reminding me to do this video, so thank you, James. This video is strictly directed at the sumo deadlifter. If you do the conventional deadlift, I don't think this video pertains to you that much. Obviously, the type of shoe you wear in the conventional deadlift will have somewhat of an impact on your lift, but not as much as if you were to do the sumo deadlift, given that all the shoes are flat. So I would like to start off with the Converse All-Stars, or the Chucks, the high tops. Simply because everyone uses these shoes for deadlifting, every beginner at least. And these shoes have been really hyped up on YouTube by famous YouTubers like Nick Wright and everyone. Even though they're not that great for deadlifting, in my opinion. Let's go over the pros. These Chucks are $45 on Amazon, so they're pretty cheap. These are my second pair actually, and I love the way that these Chucks hug your ankles, so they're super stylish. I really dig the black monochrome look. I don't use these in the gym anymore, but I wear them outside the gym just because I want to look fresh. Some cons are that these Chucks have no traction whatsoever. Although they are flat, they provide zero traction. And it's almost impossible to generate torque or spread the floor when you're sumo deadlifting without doing the splits. These wear out very easily, especially if you have wide pancake feet like me. I remember one time on my first pair of Chucks, I started ripping on the side just because my feet were too wide. And on this pair, I think, I did like a kickflip, one kickflip, and I got a hole in the side. So these aren't very durable in my opinion, and probably not the best shoe for the sumo deadlift. Moving on to the Asics MatFlex 3s. These are wrestling shoes actually. If we were to go over the cons, I would say that these are more expensive than the Chucks. They're around $60 on Amazon. I think there's a MatFlex 4, a newer version, but for some reason I got the MatFlex 3s, I think because everyone was getting these. These aren't entirely flat, as you can see by the toe that's curved upward a little bit, and even though they're not entirely flat, it doesn't really make a difference too much. The Chucks are kind of like that as well. The toe is curved upward a little bit, but I would say these are pretty flat. When compared to the Sabos deadlifting shoe, these aren't too flat, but the traction that they provide compensates for the lack of flatness. And these are very snug. They seem to somewhat conform to your feet, and they're versatile as well. I use these on the bench because I bench with my toes on the ground, my heels up, because I compete in the USPA. So the fact that the toe is curved upward a little bit kind of caters to my bench, I guess. And last but certainly not least, we have the Sabos deadlifting shoes from maxbarbell.com. They can only be found on that website, so I'll put that link in the description, as well as the links of these two shoes. These were hyped up by Izzy from Powerlifting to Win, and that's pretty much why I bought them. I trust him because he's very knowledgeable when it comes to powerlifting, and I couldn't be happier. Let's go over some cons. These are the most expensive out of the three shoes. They're around $90 plus shipping. The sizing is in euros, so when you're choosing your size on the website, it gets a little complicated. I thought the sizing was going to be more accurate than the sizing for these two, because you actually have to measure your feet and then choose your size accordingly. However, I did have to exchange these once because they were too big. So if I were to give a recommendation, I would say get one size smaller. Even now, I feel like I could get one size smaller and they'd be snug. Because I don't like when my feet are moving around in my shoe. It's just an unnecessary extra factor that you have to take into account when you're deadlifting. But let's go over the pros. These provide unbelievable amounts of traction. They are flat, so I would say you get the benefit of the Chucks and the Matt Flex 3s in one. Super flat, have a lot of friction with the floor. You won't be moving around at all, even on a wooden platform. I know a lot of you guys have wooden platforms at your school gyms, so these are great for any environment. These also have Velcro straps that make your shoes very snug, so you tie up your shoes, then you put this Velcro over right there, and this one it goes over the top like this. So these are the best deadlifting shoes in my opinion. However, I don't think that they tower over the Matt Flex 3s. The only difference between these two is that they have Velcro and they're more flat, but the flatness is almost unnoticeable. So just because I have these two shoes, I would choose the Sabos over these Matt Flex 3s. But if I didn't have these, I would be perfectly happy with these. So if you don't want to spend too much money on the Sabos, I would go for these. These are definitely way better than the Chucks. If I had to choose one shoe to buy for the average consumer, it would be these. But I love these. And that about does it for my review on the best deadlifting shoe. I know I only own 3 deadlifting shoes, but I still think that these are the best in the world. So I know my review wasn't very professional, and I know it was pretty short and sweet, but I hope you guys got the gist of what I think about the best deadlifting shoe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.